Hey everyone, Spopes here. If you do them right, daily crafting writs in ESO can be one of the best sources of gold, rare crafting materials, crafting surveys, and lots of other items. While there are many wrong ways to do daily crafting writs, there are very few right. In this video, I'll explain the basics of crafting writs before moving on to expert tips. There is definitely a right and wrong way to do this, and just missing one of these tips could cost you hours every week as you craft your writs. Please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive in. In ESO, daily crafting writs are objectives you complete every day. They reset at the main global reset, sometime in the middle of the night, like 2 a.m. out here on the Pacific Coast, and they have you going to each of the crafting stations in the game and making a few items. The idea in the lore of the game is you're providing these items for the war effort in Cyrodiil, and so they provide you with a little bit of recompense. In all, you can get at least 5 and sometimes up to 10k gold from these. It really depends on whether there are events running, what kind of boost you have to your gold generation. Once you've completed some writs, you go over to the turn-in boxes, which are usually located relatively close, but sometimes you have to hike quite a ways. You click on it, turn it in, you get a coffer, and you get some XP for that skill line if you haven't maxed it out yet. Opening the coffer, which is in your supplies section of your inventory, will give you a whole variety of different stuff. Sometimes you can have gold materials in here. In this case, I got an enchanting survey, a glyph, and a couple soul gems. So it's not a lot, but also gives you 725 gold. I see guys saying they make about 10k gold a day doing this, and I sometimes just scratch my head wondering how, and I think that's probably an exaggeration. But I think if you play all your cards right, you can probably get 7k, and then there are also events often that double your gold gain, so then easily getting 10k is definitely within the ballpark. But you can expect maybe to get about 5, 6, possibly 7k a day from doing this. The only way you can do that though is by getting all 7 writs unlocked. And to do so, there are 3 NPCs you'll need to talk to in total. There's Telleno for the provisioning related and like consumables writs. There's Millenith for the blacksmithing and gear related writs. And then if you want to unlock jewelry writs, there's one more person you need to talk to. As far as I'm aware, he's only located in Alinor. I do have a video on how to do this. Felarian over here by the crafting area in Alinor. Now for each of these guys, they'll give you a fetch quest to unlock your writ. The way you bypass that is by getting the related skill up to level 10 or higher. Then it'll just say you're an expert already and just give it to you. You can do this easily by just deconstructing your gear or saving gear from a more powerful character and sending it over in the bank to deconstruct. I really highly recommend you go to the effort to skip these quests. You're going to want to rank up your skills anyway, and it's annoying to have to do all the fetching. There's already plenty of fetching to do in ESO, we don't need to do any more. Speaking of raising your skill lines, it is ideal to get your crafting skills up to level 50 on all the characters you want to do crafting writs on. For one thing, you get better rewards as you level up your crafting skills from your writs, and for another, this homogenizes the mats you're using across all your characters. You don't have to farm low-level mats. They're all using the same stuff. If you need more skill points, I have a guide on how to farm skill points. It is quite a lot in the end, but it's worth investing. You get better rewards, and it just is a lot less of a headache. Let's look at the process of completing daily crafting writs in a little bit more detail. After you pick up a writ at one of these boards, an icon will appear over the related table. Just go click on the table, click on creation, and then select the relevant items. Then select craft, and the writ should be complete. Then you simply leave the area, go over to the quartermaster or the writ turn-in area, and pop it in. Select complete quest, and you will get the coffer in your inventory. And again, those are in supplies. It may not seem like it at first, but where you do your writs really matters. I'm going to go through my top 3 favorite cities for completing daily crafting writs, bearing in mind there are different playstyles, different players out there. My personal favorite is Alinor. Everything is really easy to access. You pick up all the writs right here in the center, then all the crafting tables are just spread out in a circle. You just go around in a circle, completing one by one. You can even go the other way, sometimes I do, to try to undizify myself. And then the best thing about this area is that the quartermaster is just right down here. Very, very close. The whole thing is just kind of on easy mode. Second best is Eldenroot. This location is kind of unideal for a couple reasons, which I'll get out of the way first. For one thing, most of the stations are up here, and the boards to pick them up are kind of off from the main area, up the hill here a little bit. Then also the provisioning station is downstairs. So normally you'd be able to have the snug pod and just port directly to there, but there's almost no point because you have to do provisioning anyway. There's a little bit more legwork here, but I understand some people don't have Somerset, or maybe they just like this tree better. It is a cool tree. So the provisioning station is over here, and then once you're all done, you can leave through here, but the quartermaster is all the way over here, making it kind of inconvenient. You know, I forgot to mention all this stuff, all these items like the sacks, the jewelry boxes, everything. This is all like free. This is not stealing, and they often have really good items, especially in the jewelry box. There's usually a jewelry box sitting out here. Maybe not this time. If you can, definitely open all these things like the backpack, all that, because it's not stealing. And look, I just got a recipe I might have needed on a different character. Third on my list is Vulkhel Guard. This one's fun kind of just because it's retro, honestly, and there's lots of new players. The crafting area is kind of a bit of a hike away from the way shrine. The pickup boards are here and here, but then some of the stations are in this little gazebo, and others are in this house, the crystal vial. So you do have to go inside a house and then out again. It's a little bit more legwork, but then once you're done, there's a couple shortcuts over to the drop-off. Like you can go this way, down by the beach, go down this little breakwater, and then here you are. Honestly, I might like this one better than Grahtwood. Also is because you see all sorts of different people here, like pro players, brand new people. It's bustling with people pretty much all the time, especially on PS5. Now you know the basics about crafting your daily writs, but that's really only half the battle. Listen up if you want to do it like a pro. First thing you need to do when you're doing your writs is go to options and select quests only. Doing so will make it so that you can just press one button and progress through all of the items you need to make without having to select between them. The second part of this though is unlocking Breton style. You can do this just by being a Breton. You have your race's style automatically unlocked from the very beginning, or you can get the style page. Usually people give it away for free. It's pretty easy to find. And then you need the trait item Molybdenum, which you can pick up from clothiers. I just buy a lot of it and then I can use it for a while. You also get this from breaking down Breton style items and gear. So I got more Molybdenum and I can now create my last piece, which is automatically selected because I have quests only selected. People often just skip over provisioner, and I can understand that, but really getting all the green recipes you need to do all of your provisioner writs is not that hard. Chefs and brewers have them. So just figure out where they are, go buy all their recipes, and you'll have them soon enough. You can often find them for free in guilds, and also completing your provisioning writs does give these pretty frequently. Even just opening containers will help you find these. They're all over the place. Another one people often skip is jewelry because they don't have enough platinum. Easy fix, just always stop to mine platinum whenever you see it. Also do your jewelry crafting surveys, and you really should have enough. I really don't know if it's worth it in the end, but I do try to do these just so I can do all 7. Alright guys, I really did my best to think it through. I've been cooking this guide in the background for months now. I really believe I've given you everything you need to do daily crafting writs efficiently and effectively. Again, we're looking at a ballpark of 5,000 to 7,000 gold every day, plus the opportunity to get gold crafting mats and lots of other items in those coffers. Just summing it up one more time, it is worth unlocking all 7, getting all your crafting skills to level 50, use my skill point guide to get more, and make sure not to miss those pro tips like choosing Alinor as your default destination, always selecting quests only, and making sure to unlock Breton style. It took me a while to get all this optimized, but now it's a breeze doing these every day. I have 2 characters where I've optimized it perfectly and 3 or 4 more on the way. I know guys who have 20 characters where they're each getting around 6,000 to 7,000 gold a day doing this. You can really solve all your gold needs in ESO, even have enough to buy crowns with, just by doing crafting writs on enough characters. Now, I'm not infallible, I do miss things, and you guys are always awesome there filling those gaps. Please don't hesitate to comment if there's anything I've missed. Please comment with your favorite place to do crafting writs, any other tips you'd like to add. I give glory to God for making it possible for me to make this video today. I thank you guys for being here. I do invite you to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with others, do whatever you can to help my channel succeed, and I will keep putting out the content you need to succeed in your favorite games. I appreciate you so much. See you soon.